Good day, everyone. Today we'll be having a discussion since we're not able to pursue or we're not able to have our synchronous session last Friday. This is the only way that we can have discussion. I can give you the discussion. So if you can remember, we already started the section 1 of computer subject, where in that section 1 has two sections, and we discussed the lesson 1 under that section 1. This lesson 1 is all about the computer, which is called as um, the all-around everyday machine. So section 1 is computers and society. Under section 1, we have the all-around everyday machine as lesson 1, and lesson 2 as computers then and now. In lesson 1, we discussed that computer is a machine that makes our job and work becomes faster in terms of accomplishing it and easier. You can also learn and have fun using computer. And we discussed how computer works. It processes data in order for them to become information, data into information. We also discussed the two language of, the two words of the language of computer, the 1 and 0, which is called as binary system, wherein ones and zeros are called as bits. The codes ones and zeros are called as bits. We discussed also the difference between hardware and software. Under software, there are three. We have output devices, such as the monitor, speaker, because they're the ones giving us information from the computer. Input devices are mouse, keyboard, the cam, or camera and the microphone, because through keyboard we'll be able to give signs, letters, and um, numbers to computer, cam, to get our image, mouse to give direction, microphone to give the sound to computer. Input devices, inputting data. Then central processing unit or CPU, it can be found inside the system unit. It is the brain of the computer. So those are examples of, or those are the hardware. Next one, we have the software. They are applications or programs such as the PowerPoint, Google Chrome, the Gmail, the Excel, and so on. As long as they are applications or programs, they're considered as software. Then we discuss also the classifications of computers according to their purpose, according to how they read the data and their size and power. For the classifications of computer according to purpose, we have general purpose computer. These are types of computer which have more than one function. They have many functions that can be performed. Then specific purpose computer, just like the computers that can be found in our microwave oven and washing machines. I'm not telling you that microwave oven and the washing machines are computer, but the timer. They're timers that set the washing time and the heating time respectively for washing machine and the microwave oven. So the timer is the specific purpose computer there because it has only one special use. It has only one special purpose. Unlike the general purpose, it has many uses, many functions. Specific purpose computer, one function only. For analog computer, they read the data using gears and electricity. For digital computer, they read the data in the form of bits. If a computer that does not use gears, that computer is considered as digital. If it uses gears, that is analog. Then for hybrid, it is the combination of analog and the analog and digital. If that computer utilizes both the analog and digital way of computing or of reading data, that is considered as hybrid computer. Hybrid computer, once again, hybrid computer utilizes both analog and digital way of reading data. According to the size and power, here are its classification. Mini computer, mainframe computer, supercomputer, and personal computer. Mini computer, it can let hundred or thousands of people work at the same time. Though it is mini computer, but it is much larger or bigger than our usual computer at home. We have mainframe computer being used by big companies. It can occupy the entire room or floor of a building. It is much taller than people. It is much bigger and taller than mini computer. Then let's go to supercomputer. Supercomputer is the fastest computer among all computers that we have. So for a personal computer, or so-called as PC, they are our desktops, laptops, netbooks, the handheld PCs, personal computers. Handhelds are the tablets and the phones because they can be brought using our hands alone. And we have also workstation, just like this one. They are considered as personal computer or PC. So we're able to recap our first lesson. So let's proceed right now to our second lesson. What is our second lesson? If you try to remember, we'll be talking all about computers then and now. So in this particular lesson, we'll be revisiting the computers invented long time ago, 1,000 years ago, and we'll be able to know how our ancestors, our the people long time ago, how they compute the numbers and figures. So a long time ago, what were the things used to compute? If we try to imagine or revisit the days before us, so what were the things being used by our ancestors or people long time ago? So they use obviously the hands, the fingers of the hands, and even the toes of the feet. Feet. Since the fingers and toes, we have only 10 and another 10. So we have only 20. What if they would be required to count more than 20? So our ancestors utilize other things in the surrounding. They have stones and sticks. So long time ago, they only used their fingers, their toes, the stones and sticks for counting. So after that one, 7,000 years ago from 2022 in 5,000 BC, our ancestors were able to invent a machine called as abacus. It makes them able to, it made them able to count faster and easier during the invention of abacus. Abacus is a counting machine. It is the first counting machine invented by humans. Abacus. Let's move faster. Um, let's go to 1642 from 5,000 BC. We have adding machine invented by Blaise Pascal. It is a computing machine that can only add numbers or figures. That is the only function that can be performed by adding machine. Adding, addition. This machine used wheels to move the counters. Then the third, we have mechanical calculator invented by Gottfried Wilhelm von Leibniz. It was invented in 1674. It can perform more than one operation. It can add, it can subtract, multiply, and divide numbers. So there is already an upgrade of the computers from just counting, then adding, and right now it can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Then let's go to the Jacquard's loom. It was invented by Joseph Marie Jacquard. Um, Invented punched cards to make beautiful patterns on cloth. So it has patterns. So it utilizes patterns that um, influenced the computers that were invented after the invention of Jacquard's loom. So it uses patterns. We have analytical machine designed by Charles Babbage with the help of Augusta Ada King. It was not built, but it was just designed. This um, computer is designed to remember the answers and compare the answers with the other answers. So there is another upgrade of the computer. So from just computing, there's adding, then there's other operations, subtraction, multiplication, division, then there's pattern. And right now, the machine was designed to remember answers, compare answers with other answers. So there is upgrade time to time. Let's go to the tabulating machine. A tabulating machine was invented by Herman Hollerith for the US Census. Census is a count of the number of people living in a country. Try to imagine if you are the person being assigned to count the number of people living in a country. That would be millions. So there's a need for you to have some help from machines. Hence, Americans or Herman Hollerith invented the tabulating machine in order for the census to become much easier and faster for him to be conducted. That is what he called tabulating machine. So we're done already with the things being used by our ancestors in counting. Hence, we have the rocks or stones and sticks. Then afterwards, there is innovation of counting machines, abacus, adding machines, mechanical calculator, Jacquard's loom, analytical machine, tabulating machine. Let's proceed to the years 1920 to 1950. This is the year, or these are the years where World War II happened. During these years, people invented computers as weapon against their opponents during war. So computers became instruments to become much more powerful against their opponents, to win the war, to become vectors of war. Let us know those computers invented during war, being used for war. We have Z3. It was invented by Konrad Zuse in 1941 to help design airplanes and missiles. So Z3 is a computer used to design airplanes and missiles invented by Konrad Zuse. Let's go to the Colossus. Colossus was invented in 1943 to decode German codes during World War II. German codes are codes that cannot be which can be can be understood by people who are not German, and they are codes in computer. So opponents of the German wants to understand the code. So in order for them to understand the code, we have there the Colossus to decode the German codes during World War II. For them to understand the German codes, to decode the German codes. Then we have the ENIAC, or the Electronic Numerical Integrator and Calculator or Computer. It was created by John Presper Eckert and John W. Mauchly. During its time, that was considered as the fastest computing device that can do 5,000 computations per second. It is also considered as the first general purpose computer because it can do more than one function. the ENIAC. Let's go to EDVAC, or the Electronic Discrete Variable Automatic Computer. It was designed by Eckert and Mauchly, but by this time with the help of John von Neumann in 1945. This machine could stop processing and resume anytime and not lose the information. First computer to have CPU. So though this EDVAC would be turned off, it would not lose its data or information in its memory or storage. It is the first computer to have CPU. Unlike the other computers invented before it, this is the only computer during the time that can restore the information. It can store the information, restore the information, can still remember the information even though it would be turned off. Over the years, computers have become smaller and easier to use. They also become more powerful yet affordable at the same time. So in present times, we have here the desktop, laptops, cell phones, and the tablets. They're smaller compared to them, but they're much powerful if you are going to compare them with those inventions. So let's recap the computers invented during World War II. We have Z3, the Colossus, the electronic numerical integrator and calculator or computer. We have the electronic discrete variable automatic computer. Computers came about because people always needed to count things. Because computer was basically to compute numbers. That's why it's called as computer. The abacus was the first counting machine. Over the centuries, other computing machines were invented. The punch card was important because machines could create patterns over and over again. During World War II, computers became electronic and more complex. The most important computers of this time were the ENIAC and the EDVAC. Okay, that's all. I hope you were able to learn something today. If you have any questions regarding our discussion or topic, feel free to send me send me message on LMS. Thank you and God bless.